Here we go. The fruits of a good arrow. A big mature buck. We established this buck. We think he's at least 8.5 years of age. He was shot with a bow. Man, it's amazing at the efficiency in a bow and arrow, but also the efficiency and how much meat you get off a big mature buck, or even a doe for that part. But I got this deer, he's caped out, completely skin out. I've had him hung in the cooler for probably, I don't know, 4 to 5 days. I personally like to keep a deer in the cooler. I feel like, I don't know, the meat just cures out a little better. I've just always made it a rule, if I can leave them hang a little bit, I do. Some people can argue that. All right, here we go. This is my favorite cut of deer meat. The legendary backstrap. And man, that is awesome. We'll get all that sinew, all that excess fat. We'll cut that up in filet mignons, and we're gonna throw them on the grill tonight. This buck that we're getting this backstrap off of is a buck that my son got, actually, and we had him skin out, and so we're up here now grabbing the backstrap from him and go ahead and working this deer up and getting the process here in the cooler on Susie's Ridge. But this hunt, I can't wait for y'all to see. Matter of fact, I think you ought to pause and watch the hunt. Big mature buck, he's 8.5 years of age. We know at least a big, nice 10-pointer. And a lot of times people say, well, the big mature bucks ain't as good to eat as a doe. But however, these big mature bucks are actually good to eat too, and we're gonna do just that. So y'all take a little time, watch this hunt, and then we're gonna get this cut up, and we're gonna get some in a shrink wrap and get it ready for a future meal. But that right there, my friend, is as good eating as you're gonna find anywhere in the world. Venison backstrap. Yeah, baby. Perfect shot, son. You perfect shot.
How to steal your hat.
Oh yeah, me and Macoy this afternoon. We had her. Yes, we're here and they're here and we're here. shot, son. You perfect shot.
Dude, I ain't felt that good about a shot in my entire life.
Coy, that's a big monster mature buck. You played perfect. Congratulations. What a freaking shot. God. What a shot. Dude. That's your first buck with a bow, dude.
Dude, I don't even know what to say. God, I was locked in though, I tell you.
He was locked in like crazy.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Come here, give me a hug, boy.
Dude,
Proud of you, big dude. You worked hard.
Sad. Oh my, dude, I've never been that like still on a deer. I don't know what moves.
Son, it went right through him.
Dude, good God. That was insane.
That is a big Georgia buck, son. That's a big Georgia buck.
He's cool. That other one was just goofy. Dude, you could see the difference when they walked out.
Yeah, you could.
You could. I've never been that locked in. That's unlike me with a bow, for sure.
McCoy, that's your first buck with a bow, dude. It's a big 10.
I don't even know what to tell you.
Look at that shot. Look at the body on that sucker. Giant.
That's him,
Oh
boy.
my God, he is a giant body deer. How about that for a shot, son? Huh? How about that for a shot, Macoy Waddell? He is absolutely gorgeous, buddy. Congratulations. McCoy did it. Heck yeah, man. My 18-year-old boy has his first buck with a bow. He's got a few does, several good bucks with a gun. But he just busted out the Hoyt and made it happen on a big, mature Georgia 10-pointer. Yeah, baby. I bet you we can load him up in 1, 2. Here's something I do a lot of, man. I like to cut this backstrap up in medallions for grilling. You can cut them as thick as desired. Great little appetizer for guests and a full family feast. So if you're looking at trying to figure out how to prep, learn to hunt. Get you a little place you can prepare your meat, a few pieces of equipment that make it easier. But even if you was out of electricity, and even if you was in a situation to where you needed to make some jerky, a whitetail deer prepared and took care of right will last you a long time. So once I get it right here, this is how simple this is. I'm just going in here and I'll probably do 2 bags. If you know you're gonna have a lot, but in this case, I'll probably put this, let me just see how it feels and looks. Literally nothing complicated about it. You're just putting this back strap in here. So that should all go in 1 bag. And then, very simple, sucks all the air out and it's going to seal this. There it goes. It's going to pull all the air out of it, shrink wrap it. In a matter of 30 seconds, this thing can be sealed and can last you for over a year in a deep freeze. And just like that, you can label this McCoy's 10-point buck backstrap. Throw it in the freezer, you're ready to rock. That's why it pays to be a hunter. I got the backstrap already pre-cut up that you've seen, and I'm about to go get that. We're just gonna season it with some sea salt and some black pepper. I'd like to tell you I'm going, when we're grilling this steak, that we're gonna do a little bushcraft, but we're getting ready to go to the pumpkin patch. It's been a few days after that we got that deer all processed up and taken care of, but we about to pull out some of the backstrap. And I didn't start this with flint, old big lighter, some newspaper and some kindling, and pecan wood, son. Pecan and oak, golly man, it just makes good grilling material. So we're about to throw a little backstrap and have a little snack before we go for the family to see the pumpkins. Before we get started, first thing in chef etiquette, you need to throw away your scraps. I just noticed this. Probably don't need to be back here. Now we're clean and by standards. And as simple as this is, it's just as simple to subscribe, man. Hit that button, man. We're gonna keep churning out some videos to the best of our ability around some things we think might be worth seeing. In this case, venison backstrap. Very, very simple, but great. Is that good? Was that decent? What I said? No? Okay. He watches Mr. Beast and Unspeakable all the time, so it's hard to be a YouTube guy when I got my son over here who watches some of the greatest YouTubers of all time, according to him, and I guess millions of other people.
I think you're the best. I like Mr. Beast and Unspeakable.
You think I'm better?
A little bit.
It's only because you love me. You're my son, and you know I'm about to cook some backstrap. That's the only reason. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take it. Doesn't matter. Yep.
Well, we need Mr. Beast on a hunt.
Dude,
Yeah.
Mr. Beast on a hunt? Can you tag him? What's the cool word? How do we tag Mr. Beast?
Comments on the videos.
Just tag him on the videos? Wouldn't be a bad idea. I've seen Mr. Beast do some crazy stuff, but I don't know if he can take a Hoyt bow and run it through a big old buck. Maybe that's why you like me more. That's why you like most of the subscribers more, because most people here, you know what I'm saying? They all chubby like Daddy. Just a little sea salt. A lot of times my favorite way to do this, but I want to show the simplicity of how good it can be, because sometimes when you're in the back country, you don't have a lot of everything you would want, but this venison steak don't need as much as you would think. And salt and pepper is still two of the best seasonings you're gonna get. I love black pepper. I like anything blackened, but I do like, my buddy Old Stale Cracker makes a Cajun two-step that I really like. I got a buddy named Kent Rollins. He makes some amazing different dry rubs and seasoning. Church makes some good stuff. And another thing that's everywhere, I like Montreal steak. And a lot of times I'll even take, because especially on this deer meat, it don't have any fat in it. We've trimmed all the fat off. Sometimes I'll take some olive oil, just some virgin olive oil, and rub that in there, and it gives it a little bit more oil to it, because this meat gets really dry. So therefore, I found that especially in this meat where you get the fat and sinew off, or especially the fat, in many cases rare to medium is definitely the best way to do it. And look, some people looking and to taste. I like salt and pepper. You don't have to put anything on it. Salt and pepper is just hard to beat. Y'all have seen us do this before. We've cooked backstrap a couple different ways, in front of this cooler, in a lot of different places, but it's always worth showing and celebrating, because you never know who might pick up the video, who might decide to go hunting, take a bow and arrow, secure their own meat, grocery shopping in the wild. In this case too, you can do it on a gas grill, you can do it on charcoal, but I love like a good oak fire. If you're camping, if you got a little grate, that's the case. I just burned down some cured out pecan wood, some good seasoned wood, and all we're gonna do, if I can keep my old trusty squirrel dog from getting on this before me and Waylon do. Waylon and I were planning on doing this the other day. We went down, built this fort by the creek, and our plan was we was gonna cook it down there, but we ended up watching football and things like that, and we never did get a chance to grill our backstrap. And while we're cooking up this old deer, you saw my son Macoy, he's 18, that was his first buck with a bow. My neighbor and I, who had pictures of him, we figured he's at least 8.5. We know for sure, based on the trail cam photos and history. Big 230, I think it was 35 or 36 pound deer he weighed on the hoof. But in this case, it also goes to prove even these big mature bucks, they're still good eating. And I will say that, my personal opinion, that sometimes you can eat deer in certain parts of North America depending on what they're foraging on and what they're eating on. I do think the venison meat can taste a little better in certain areas of the country. Like where we're at, I did plant corn this year. We can supplemental feed. So obviously these deer have eaten some protein through the summer months. They've had a lot of different browse from acorns and stuff like that. For instance, you get out in different places where you hunt elk and you have these different animals, you know, if they're eating a lot of sage, they taste more sagey. You know, I've had elk meat out of Montana where they're eating and browsing in alfalfa fields, and they literally taste just like almost like a grain-fed cattle. So deer meat and venison certainly take on a certain taste based on what they're eating. You kill a deer that eats primarily just acorns, it's got a more acorny taste to it. In this case, these deer on my farm, we got oat fields, they got a lot of clover, they got a lot of native browse, they got supplemental feed, they got standing corn, so they got a mixed variety of diet. And typically the deer that I get on my farm, that is what I fill my freezer with every year. And we'll eat 2 to 3 deer a year, the size of my family, and then we'll give away double that amount of deer to families that love deer meat, get them processed, give them to shelters. It's just a really cool situation. And I'm purposely doing a little bit more rudimentary, man. You know, you get in the kitchen. If my wife cooked this, I mean, everything would be a little more cleanliness. But you know, you out there by the campfire, you done killed you a good deer. Sucker done hung a little bit on the meat pole, and you want to cut your slab of backstrap out, throw it on old grate. Heck, bid you a fire in old center block, you know. Throw some grate on there, grill it up. I've seen people throw it on the bed of coals. And I've definitely seen old meat eater eat worse than that. I mean, he's eating eyeballs, and I ain't gonna chew on eyeballs and a lot of liver. All that, I eat it. I'll eat all that, but I ain't eat none of it if I got backstrap first. Pull it off.
Is this
This is
Macoy's deer? We're looking a little rare.
It's on the edge. It's right here, medium. Let me cut you a little piece here. What you thinking?
It's hot.
You try it. Let me know if it's good. It looks good.
Yes, no. Oh yeah. Let me see.
You try. Here we go.
Mmm. Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
That really is.
Man, that's very good.
This drives my wife crazy. I probably skinned this deer with the same knife I cut the steak.
Guaranteed.
No, not that one. Use another one.
That actually is good.
Really good.
That's
Really
very good. No, it's super good. Tender
You can see
too.
right here. It's more medium than it is rare. It's perfect when it's just a little rare, a little pink in it. There it is. A 236-pound 10-point whitetail buck to my 18-year-old shot that you saw live, that you saw us cut him up. The backstrap, salt and pepper, 8.5-year-old buck. What's those stale crackers say? Money, dude. Money, dude. Wow, hear that paddle? Mmm. Mmm.
That's money, dude.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm pretty inspired now that fall is here. Still a little warm, but the deer are moving. We're starting to knock some down. And now I'm sitting here looking at this old dehydrator right here. I think the next thing we do is gonna make us some jerky, maybe some beef sticks or deer sticks in that case. Grind some up, make some jerky. We got a Cuba right there. We got a lot of different things. So if you like this, man, please subscribe, and please give us your feedback and comments, man. That's how we learn. That's how everybody learns, is by trading secrets, trading little ways that you see that maybe I've done it, that you can say, hey, Waddell, you can make it a little easier if you do it this way. That's the only thing I love, sharing that. I don't like to be a know-it-all. I just like to share the things that I know that's worked for me. In this case, I know what's worked for me and my family ever since I can remember being born, and that's eating deer venison, man. It provided a lot of great meals, man. My mom making biscuits, frying up some backstrap, frying up some tenderloin, so many things, grilling on the grill. I mean, I don't know, man. It's the good Lord's balance right there, these renewable resources. If you take care of them, they take care of us the rest of our lives, man. It's a cool balance out there. So be sure to subscribe. Thank y'all for watching.